Warning! This podcast may contain vulgar and offensive language such as whore, fuck, and bitch. Viewer discretion is advised. You fucking pussies!
This is the intro. Fuck. Welcome to the PodShow, the intro to the PodShow.
Though with that type of experience from a video game, in some of today's horror games,
oh my God,
sometimes it feels
Dude,
like you have to have someone else.
my biggest thing, oh my God, it trips me out. Why is it the simple fact that horror games are well exceeding, like, the freaking aspects and everything like that of horror movies? Like, horror movies are just going down the drain nowadays. They're not even scary. They're, half the time, they're hardly even gory or anything. They're just
Well, actually,
comedy.
9/10 of the time, horror movies nowadays is just jump scares and gore. That's all it is.
But, like, there's nothing even scary about it, really. It's just the simple fact, it's funny to me. Like, every single horror movie I have watched, it's funny.
Yeah, most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time. Don't get me wrong, there may be a couple nowadays, but especially, like, old school guys.
Yeah.
That's, like, whenever I first started watching horror movies, those old school ones, yeah, they got to me pretty good.
And I mean, as far as horror movies go, they've been running out of ideas for a while. But video games, there's still so much you can do.
Fresh
with all
ideas.
the
So
new
many different
technology.
possibilities, man.
I mean, even remastering Resident Evil 2 looks fucking amazing.
Okay,
Indeed.
so the new Resident Evil that they just came out with, just like you said, Resident Evil 2, I've actually played and beaten it.
Have you?
Yes, Diamond has it for the PS4. He brought it home. He brought it home, and no shit, like 2 days later, I was like, he came home and he was like, "Where are you at?" I beat it. Fuck you! I beat it, and it's such an immersive experience. It is so good. I highly recommend it. 10 out of 10.
I've been considering buying it for myself.
It's so good, dude. It's so good.
Whenever I found out that they remastered, like Call of Duty, which one was it?
World at War?
No, World War II? Was that remastered, or did they just create that one?
That's one of the newer ones.
Yeah, I knew that, but I couldn't remember if they remastered.
They didn't remaster.
What? There was
II.
one that came out. It was I think it was Modern Warfare.
Yes, they have.
Yeah, they
recently
remastered. They
Modern
remastered Modern Warfare, and I was actually pretty excited about that because I have played and beaten every single Modern Warfare, and whenever they remastered Modern Warfare,
Yeah.
I was like, "Bet."
Which one was it that whenever you beat the game, you unlock zombie mode?
There was actually a couple of them.
That was one of the very first Call of Duty games that introduced zombies into the series. Like, whenever you beat the game, that's whenever you unlocked the original zombies.
That was before Modern Warfare.
I don't think they actually came out with Call of Duty Zombies until World at War.
Yeah, I think that's whenever. I think that's the game that I was.
And I'm pretty sure that's after Modern Warfare.
I'm not a huge, like, the only thing that I've ever played Call of Duty for was literally Black Ops for the zombies. That's the only reason I picked it up. I was never interested in the storylines or anything like that, so I don't know anything about the series except for zombies. That's the only thing I was ever interested in, and people are gonna shit on me for it, but
I don't know. One of the things I always like to do as far as Call of Duty went was in Modern Warfare, there was this one level where you have to, like, sneak across enemy lines. You're crawling through this tall dead grass. There's troops marching past with tanks and everything, and you're a sniper trying to get to your target and then leave or something like that. I can't remember, it's been a while. I love that level so much.
Mm-hmm.
It was all the sneaking around, and of course every stealth game you have the option of going loud.
yeah, most definitely.
I will say playing that level, going loud, hard as shit. Because you're a sniper crawling through the grass and everything. Of course, there's going to be other snipers out there. Caleb remembers, I know you do, because me and you used to cuss that fucking level out so
God!
much.
Yeah. You talking about where there's all those abandoned tanks and stuff in the field, and you had to be careful about those snipers.
Oh yeah.
Every time you walk around a corner, bam! Oh God! Yes,
Your turn.
I remember that game so much. It literally, like, we played that level so much, just because not only was it challenging trying to find the other snipers, but it was also fun at the same time.
Oh yeah.
Because that's actually how, I'm not good at it anymore, but that's how I got good at quick scoping. And I actually got so good to the point where it was headshot every time. Granted,
Yeah.
it wasn't that bad because, I mean, they would be kneeled, so you could see their head a little bit, and that'd be the only thing that you could really see.
So speaking of classic video games and stuff like that, let's jot back a little bit to the Grand Theft Auto series. Do you remember back on, I mean, even for Grand Theft Auto 3 and, the games that came after it until it, GTA 5 for, PS4, PS3, stuff like that. If you remember, I don't know if it's just me, but growing up, my group of friends that I had, every time we would put in a cheat code for, let's say, San Andreas or Grand Theft Auto 3 or something like that, the game would lag just a little bit more every time. And, we get to the point to be where we take the game out, we try to rub it off, put it back, and it still be the same thing. Then we take a close look at the disc, and there would be scratches in there, embedded into it.
Well, okay, so the causing of that situation is because putting all those cheat codes and stuff into it, the processing system of, like, say, PlayStation 1s and PlayStation 2s weren't adequately built for that much coding and that much processing that you're putting into the system.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, nowadays PS4s, as you can tell, they have no problems with, say, GTA 5 and cheat codes. I mean, there's no
they have
lag
mods
whatsoever.
for that shit.
Yeah, yeah. Like, I saw a mod, there was freaking Megalodon out there in the water.
Yeah.
And they have some intense mods.
When it comes down to mods, they have definitely upped their games with the new generation of consoles.
Mm-hmm.
In Skyrim, they literally made a mod that was an entire world. A whole new map. Whole new island. New adventures, new story, new everything. It was a new Elder Scrolls game.
That's
mod.
intense. That's very intense.
Alright, well, you guys, I think that would be enough for today.
We've covered a lot tonight.
Yeah, my personal belief here, I feel like we did a lot better than last time. I hope you guys enjoyed. And again, thanks. Huge shout out to Pothead Park. We really appreciate you guys.
Don't forget, they do multiple live streams every day on Facebook. I will make sure to link their Facebook page in the description of this video. So make sure to check them out, please.
Yeah, go check them out. If you like it, follow them. Like their page, comment on their stuff. You can go to their live streams, talk to them, different stuff like that. Yeah, but that's going to be the end of today's podcast.
Also, leave us comments and suggestions as
Yes.
to what we should do in the next episode, because we would like to hear you guys' feedback as to what you want us to talk about.
Yes.
Topics that you've wanted, you want our opinions on, or something like that. Give us suggestions.
We wanna
make
make-
us talk.
Yeah, we want this podcast strictly mainly for y'all. For y'all's entertainment, for y'all's enjoyment's sake. So whatever y'all really want to hear talked about or just broken down and all that different kind of stuff, just let us know. And we'll definitely, at some point in time, just keep up with us, keep track with us, keep listening, and we'll definitely get to it at some point.
And as always,
There he goes again.
every time without fail. And as always,
This has been the Podtro. This is now the outro to the Pod Show.
Good night, you guys.
Peace.
Thank you for listening to our podcast. Thank you for listening to the PodTro. This is the outro to the Pod Show. And always, please do remember to like, subscribe, and share our amazing and awesome podcast, the PodTro.